Hello, everybody, and welcome to NGW High Voltage. I am the camera guide. Here with me is the king of the two count, Scott Cross. Scott, how you doing this week, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, camera guy?
Oh, I'm doing all right. A little tired. Been a heck of a week.
Yeah,
But,
it's gonna be a great weekend. This weekend coming up, we got some great wrestling coming up.
oh, most definitely. You know, this weekend we're going to be, or at least I'm going to be out at MMWA's brutal finale, where we're going to actually see the Butcher's last match.
Yeah, when we had Butcher on a while back, he said that this was the end. It was coming up, and the date got closer and closer, and we knew it was coming. And I was hoping to be out there, but unfortunately, work schedule, I'm not going to be able to unfortunately make it. But for his last match.
Well, you know, we're sad to see Butcher go, but he's had a great career.
Yes, he has.
And we already have Peggy Minder in the chat saying, "Hey guys, hey Peggy."
I know Peggy will be there.
And we have infamous Dardar saying that she's probably going to be at MMWA. Telling you to watch out, Scott.
What did she tell me to watch out for? I mean, I locked my doors, but I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like every time I come on here and something new happens. There's always some kind of new curse. Are you guys? Are we still cursed? Or has that been lifted?
No, that's been lifted.
Okay, so
thankfully
we don't have nothing new weird going on. Like, where's Manson at? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I just want to make sure because, a lot of weird stuff's been going on lately. And I just know you're past the Halloween season. We're past the spooky season. So hopefully we get past all that scary stuff and move on. But yes.
We can only hope.
We can only hope, yes.
But, Scott, tonight, as our guest, we actually have the commissioner at MMWA.
Yes.
That's right, everybody. Tonight we're going to be talking with Shaft. A little bit of information about Shaft. He has 21 years in the business. His career is old enough to drink.
Yes.
He is twice the MMWA heavyweight champion, twice the MMWA junior heavyweight champion, and a one-time MMWA tag team champion. He is a part of the NGW broadcast team. He is the co-host of Outside the Ring STL. And a little bit of a fun fact, Shaft has also helped many promotions around the area, and he's worked with as a referee on occasion.
Yeah. I remember years ago when I first started, I remember working with Shaft on one of my very first shows for WPW. So.
Oh, Peggy's saying got that right.
Yeah, he's done a lot. I mean, 20 years in the business and has accomplished a lot, not only as a wrestler, but also a referee and hopefully other jobs. I mean, we're going to find out about the career of Shaft and find out, everything he's done tonight.
Well, what do you say we quit blabbering and go ahead and bring Shaft on?
Well, they're not here to see us.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, but everybody, please welcome Shaft to the program.
Good evening.
There we go.
Good evening, everybody. Camera guy, I just want to make a couple of corrections.
Oh.
Yes, I was twice the MMWA heavyweight champion. I was one-time light heavyweight champion and two-time MMWA tag team champion. And in 24, I was the Tony Costa Battle Royal Memorial Trophy winner, and that was my last hurrah.
Oh, wow.
Last hurrah, winning the Battle Royal.
And, I end up wrestling Damian Cortez and won on disqualification. He using that book that got a light in it, and I end up eliminating him in that Battle Royal in 24. So that was the icing on the cake also. And, I started training in 2003. I was an old man then. I'm an older man now. But I was 45 years old when I was training back then, and the first match, was 2004, and wrestled for MMWA, SICW. I did UWA. I met a lot of people throughout my career at different promotions, even, RCW. I refereed for Frank Reed. It was fun. It's still fun, a great time. And like I say, I met a lot of people. And like I say, Scott Cross met you, and Camera Guy met you, So, hey, in this business, you can learn, you can take everything in and just enjoy yourself while you're in this business. I done wrestled legends, Hall of Famers, you name it, I did it. I wrestled them, Gary Jackson, Keith Smith Sr., Jerome Cody, Philly Blunt, Big Texan, Johnny Courageous, the Young Aladdin. It's the names go on. Moondog Rover, Wild Child, Billy Diamond. It just go on and learn, took everything in, and the grace of God, I didn't get hurt. Didn't have to be sitting up on the shelf, didn't have to go in and rehab to get myself back. It was just the grace of God.
You started training back in 04.
03.
03.
Yeah.
When was your first match?
Oh.
04 of March.
Where'd you get trained at?
I got trained at the MMWA training facility that was right next to the Limp Brewery, right across the road from it. And basically it was South Broadway Athletic Club Gymnasium, whereas that the amateur boxers was training on one side in their ring, and we was training in our ring on the other side. And that was right up on Cave Street, right off of Broadway.
Yeah.
And back then, training on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then later on, next thing you know, they start training 5 days a week, When I started training, Randy Orton was gone from down there 3 months before I started training. But I did get the chance to meet him when he ended up on the shelf and wanted to come back, as they say, loosen up, get the rust off. I was able to open up the gym for him to come down and take some bumps with a good friend of his, Mark Bland, and also Philly Blunt, because they helped train him also down at the South Broadway Athletic Club Gymnasium, which was on Cave Street.
So what possesses a person at the age of 45 decide that that's when you're going to start wrestling training?
Well, I met Philly Blunt, who was a wrestler, and see, in 2000, I was sitting in the front row down at South Broadway Athletic Club watching MMWA. And I was there every month booing the heels and cheering for the faces. And I bumped into Philly Blunt one evening, and he said, "Hey, you come to the matches?" I said, "Yeah." So he gave me a ride home, and I invited him in, and we just sit and talk. And he say, "You got some pretty nice size to you. You know, you want to think about training to be a wrestler?" And what I said, I can't say because I'm a PG person, even on my podcast, and I'm gonna be a PG person on y'all. So just imagine what I said. You can say any word in your mind, you know. But I had thought about it for 3 months, and just to tell you, I've been an athlete all my entire life. You know, a little kid playing little league baseball. You know, was on the high school swimming team and played football my senior year in high school. Played pickup basketball. You named it, you know, I competed in it, you know, and I thought about it. I say, I did all this football, baseball, basketball, swimming. Why not? I know what it takes to train to do things. And I talked to the late Tony Costa, rest his soul, at a show. And I say, I would like to train to be a wrestler. And he just pulled me to the side. He say, you say you want to train? And like I say, PG, he said to me, just imagine, you know, are you crazy? I said, no. I say, no, but I would like to try it. He said, okay, come down to the training, down to the gym. Don't worry about bringing nothing. You just come down. So I went on down there, and Gino the Exterminator, Philly Blunt, Gary Jackson, Jerome Cody, the Amish Warrior, Jim Harris. You know, they was all down at the gym, other wrestlers, and I just watched. I watched that Monday. I watched that Tuesday. Came back down next week, watched that Monday, watched that Tuesday. Then the following, he said, just bring you some shorts. Got up in the ring. He said, this is hold on the rope, lean back, arch your back, let the rope go. Okay. I did that for two more weeks. Then got the knee pads and signed that waiver and start step by step how to tie up and how to tie up. That, you know, put them in the headlock. You know, it was okay. And like I say, by me being an athlete and training, I had that in me. I know what it takes to accomplish something, and worked with Gino the Exterminator a whole bunch of time. And boy, when I say he put R.D. Williams, myself, Johnny Courageous, put us through the ringer, but we made it. It was hard work, gut-wrenching, but we did it. And graduated. My first match was in March of '04 against Philly Blunt, who also helped train. We had a hell of a match, and he gave me that super kick. And next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. And the rest is history. I mean, met a lot of people, John Blackheart. Once I graduated, he had a few matches, but I never got the chance to wrestle him. Ron Powers, the Amish Warrior, Mike Burnell, Jerome Cody, the Young Aladdin, Johnny Bolin, Dustin Brewer, rest his soul in peace. It was, they had Bobby Patton and Jim Harris as the referees down there, and people was coming month in and month out to watch MMWA. And it was MMWA SICW on the heavyweight belt, the tag team belt, and the light heavyweight belt. Herb Simmons was running over in East Crondelet. Then he had a new building built, the East Crondelet Community Center. Had shows over there. We went from once a month to twice a month, back-to-back Saturday nights, and met a lot of people over there in East Crondelet. And, it's professional wrestling is going to be around for a long time and even into the future. Because, everybody's saying that it's so many wrestling promotion is saturating the area. It's only, you can have 2, 3 shows each Saturday night, in the weekend, and people is going to go where they want to go. They going to cheer for who they want to cheer and boo for who they want to boo. The fans is just important as the wrestlers, the referee, the ring announcer, the camera guy. Everybody plays a part in professional wrestling. The fans come out to have a good time. The fans come out to watch the wrestlers. And the wrestlers love the fans to come out to have a good time and perform in front of them. When COVID hit, the WWE was still doing shows with nobody, but they had pictures of people. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, because it's that main important element, a crowd.
Right. And it was crazy, but they did it because they wanted to do it. But the fans really make the show also.
Oh, yeah. And we got some comments coming through. We got Jimmy Harris Sr. saying that, I was going to say, I was there 6 days a week.
Yeah. That was later on after I started, it was maybe 8 years when I was in it. Then next thing you know, they started training 5 and 6 days a week, which I said it was just on Mondays and Tuesdays, but later on, then it started coming to be 6 days a week. And yes, he was down there.
And we got Douglas O'Shea with a question for you. Douglas O'Shea asking, what matches made you crazy?
What match made me crazy? That's a good one, Doug. I have to say, when me and the young Aladdin had a rematch, cause I took the light heavyweight belt from him, and the following month I defended it, and then we had a strap match, and that was the only time I had a strap match, and it was that made me crazy because as a kid, I was getting, when I did something wrong, I got to whoop them with a belt. So that belt, that strap, that brought back memories, so, and I was in a cage match, those two there stood out on the craziness, but the one that I got buried in was when me and Cayman did the coffin match, the first coffin match in 2019 down at South Broadway Athletic Club, MMWA, is when he put me in that coffin and closed the lid.
I'm just not happy about that.
Huh? Yes. So when I was in that coffin, that made me crazy because it was dark.
Was it comfortable?
It was dark. I wanted to hurry up. I wanted them to hurry up, pick that casket up, and get me out of there.
Jimmy Harris in the comments saying coffin match had you in panic mode. He helped carry it out.
Yeah, get me out of here. They took too long on taking me to the burial site.
And we have Claire Castle.
But yes, that was
Ignite Women's Commissioner with a question for you, saying, having so many moments inside and outside the ring, what was the one that struck out the most to keep for you as the reason to keep coming back?
Ooh. Well, it's the fans. Like I say, it's always the fans. When you have a very, very good match, outstanding match, and when you hear the fans leave, I can't wait to come back next month. I can't wait to the next show. That did, that everybody did their job. When you hear them say, "Woo, I can't wait to next month."
You only ever had one match in NGW though.
Yes.
And Scott was actually the referee for that match.
Yes, it was.
Yes, and even though I had refereed for NGW, and that match that
your referee match caused you to have that match because you were the referee for the best of 5 series, and Playboy did not think that you did he basically Playboy passed out, and he did not tap out, he passed out, but you called it, as what you wanted. What you were the official for the match, so you called it
Yes.
as what you seen it as. He did not like that, and then that was when he challenged you to that match.
Yes, and and that was against Ace Hawkins,
Yep.
Playboy, and it's two controversy matches. One I'm gonna say one was with Playboy, and then another one when I was refereeing for MMWA when Cayman was going against Gary Jackson, and Gary Jackson had him in the center of the ring into the Las Vegas leg lock, and I decided to call for the bell on the well-being of Cayman. Just like Playboy, he passed out. If he passed out, I could have counted up to 100.
Yeah.
But when
Exactly.
he passed out, that means he can't continue.
Exactly.
He can't continue.
Because match 4 of that series between Ace and Playboy, they both were unconscious and they could not compete. So I had to call that match to where they could not compete, and you had to do what you had to do in that because Playboy was unresponsive, so you had to call the match. But
Ace Hawkins was the winner.
Exactly. And PYT, of course, with that match, there was a lot of creative tactics, as you want to call it, with PYT, because Playboy's not going to come out alone, and you knew that going in that match.
Yes. That's what PYT Incorporated do. And this even going back to his late father. His father was always interfering in matches, hitting people in the gut with the cane, like, oh, I didn't do nothing. And years ago, Bundy, when I was wrestling, man, y'all should have a match, you and my son. He'll beat you. He'll do this. He'll do that. It never happened. It never happened. But it was a tag team match. Virgil Holmes and Playboy against myself and the promoter, Anthony Costaldi. And I ended up getting the pin over Playboy in that match. And just out of respect, even though I was winding down, I came to the NGW management and asked, could I referee his match with Ace Hawkins, and they announced special guest referee. And when he challenged me, it wasn't nothing but respect, because that's something that his dad wanted me and him to do, a match one-on-one. And the man that I am, I say, I give you that. And even though he was victorious, but it was still something that his dad wanted to happen, but his dad didn't get to see it, but he watched it from heaven above. And that's just out of respect to go on and give that homage and to give that match. And that was a heck of a match that me and him did. And out of respect, even he pinned me 1, 2, 3. I couldn't do nothing but give him a hug and say, hey, this was for your dad.
That was a heck of a match. I mean,
yes, it was.
Look at this right here.
Yeah.
You got him good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, clothesline him.
Oh, yeah. So what would be
not a dry eye in the house for that one?
So you spent time as an official, and you also were a wrestler. So this is a 2-part question. What would be your favorite match as a wrestler? And what would be your favorite match to ref as a referee?
My favorite match was when I would have to say Jeremy Lightfoot, because that's who I defeated for the first time, me winning the MMWA heavyweight championship. And, Jeremy been in the business a long time. He didn't wrestle for numerous promotions and was successful in those promotions. And when I captured the MMWA heavyweight championship, that was that was number one right there. And to referee, it was so many good matches. I would have to say Gary Jackson and Kingman, because I believe I did the right thing on saving this young man career, cause he could have told ligaments in his knee, if he didn't tap out, he had him in the center of the ring. So I think I want to say I made the right decision on saving a young man's career from him being stubborn and not tapping out. He couldn't go nowhere. He was stuck in the center of the ring, and it was just it was excruciating pain on his part. And I think I saved his career when I stopped the match. So I think that was a good match for me on saving a wrestler's career.
So you were also a 2-time tag team champion in MMWA.
Yeah.
Who are you tag team champions with?
Billy Blunt. We defeated the Lumberjacks. That was the first one. Billy Blunt later on turned on me. We won. We defended the belts. He turned on me. When I turned to give him a hug, he hit me with his tag team belts. So me and him end up wrestling each other for the tag team belts. The winner gets both belts. And so I defeated him and I had both belts. So that's why I'm calling it 2-time, tag team champion. So I had both belts and I defended the tag team belt by myself. And the next month, I started to defend them by myself. And Gary Jackson came out and helped. And they ended up keeping it. And I wanted to present him with one of the tag belts. And he refused. So, and then I ended up losing the belt, and it was in a tag team. He joined me again, but ended up losing, so I lost the tag team belt. So I know what it is on, defending something by yourself.
So we have a question for you in the chat from the infamous Dardar, saying, "Hey Shaft, this is a 2-part question. First, how do you feel that Butcher is leaving MMWA? Second, if you had the chance to kick a member of PYT out of ringside, who would it be?"
Well, I'm gonna go with the second question. It'll be Nikki
Why Nikki?
because she gets involved way more than Virgil. You know,
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
she's a distraction.
Yeah.
And and what was the other one about the
How
butcher?
do you feel about Butcher leaving MMWA?
Well, all good things must come to an end. Whether it's doctor's orders, whether it's an injury that you you can't compete no more, because if you do, it might do more harm, and going out on your own terms. You know, I 7 years known the butcher from ACW, and then down to MMWA. And like I say, it's going to be a sad moment, but he had one heck of a career. But we talked earlier, us three, about when you get out to business, but you still be in the business. So he might still be in the business somewhere in MMWA organization, but not just up in the ring. And it'll be a sad moment, but it's a proud moment as the end of a career. And he had one heck of a career,
Yep. Butcher's getting to go out on his own, how he wants to go out. And
Yes.
he's getting to write his own ending of his career. And that is awesome. A lot of wrestlers unfortunately don't get to write the end of their career.
Yes.
Yeah, Dardar with hashtag thank you Butcher.
Yes.
It's a lot different from her normal hashtag.
Yeah, I know it is. Because yes, it is all about entertaining it, but it's also about being safe and the fact that you get to retire, injury free, and you get to retire on your own terms and get to call your last match, and it just you get to go off, and it's just you never say never in wrestling. I imagine he'll probably still be a part of it, but as far as wrestling goes now, but
and like I say, it's this Saturday night at the historic South Broadway Athletic Club, brutal finale. Damon Blade the Butcher's last match. Doors open at 6. Bell time is at 7. And what I heard so far, there's only about 30 seats remaining. Then they'll be selling standing room only tickets. So this is going to be a hot show. This is going to be a show that everybody wants to see, because if you just got 30 seats left,
yes,
and then going to be selling standing room, that's something that's really, really people want to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a packed house as it should
be. Let's speak about some of the matches that we're going to have tonight. I mean, do we have some of the matches that we have for Saturday?
Last month we actually had, if you remember, Scott, we had Deontay and Zulu on the program.
Yes.
And Zulu was very adamant that Deontay and the Muddy Mauler aren't true tag team champions.
I'm gonna get the card. I'm not going nowhere.
And this weekend, he's going to get the chance to prove that, because the STL Connection, Andrew Wilder and Zulu, are going to be taking on the Muddy Mauler and Deontay 808 for the for the MMWA Tag Team
Tag
Championship.
Team Championship.
Wow, that's going to be a great match.
And if it's all right, I can give you a quick rundown of this card for this Saturday
Oh
night.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. That's
Go
what I
for
was
it.
kind of. That's what we're kind of going to.
You know, you got in one triple threat match, you got Jimmy D, Sean Blaze, and the number one brother, Chris Slammer.
yep.
Wow, that's going to be a great match. You know, that is going to be.
And then you got DK, the modern day Viking, against Remy George.
That'll be a good one. I mean,
And
everywhere that DK goes, he puts on a great performance, and it always seems to me that the first time that he faces somebody, they underestimate him a little bit. Then he punches him in the face a few times, and they learn that he's not to be underestimated.
yes. And then also that night, you got Jared Meyer against the crowd pleaser, the return of Cardi Marty.
Oh, I haven't seen Cardi Marty in a while yet.
Yes, you know, he's been out and he's coming back. He's ready to go. And as y'all said, the STL connection, you know, Jonathan Zulu and Andrew the Wolf Wilder is going against Mahler, Swag, and Deontay 808 for the MMWA tag team belts. You got Garrett Shanks, the Switchblade, going against the King of Chaos, Ricky Cruz.
Yep.
Then you got
Just came back 2 months ago.
and then you got PYT, JSO, and Damian Blade the Butcher for the Tony Costa Legacy Championship, which is going to be the one everybody's going to end up really want to watch. And then you got the shooter Jerry Morgan goes against the MMWA heavyweight champion Cayman. So that's this Saturday, November the 8th, at the historic South Broadway Athletic Club. Doors open at 6. Bell time is at 7. And hey, like I say, it's just 30 seats. If you're not one of them 30 and you still coming down, you're going to be standing.
Oh, hopefully, if you're one of those 30 that don't have tickets, I mean, hopefully, if you don't have tickets, you get there and you're hopefully one of the 30, so you don't have to stand. But
and
that
even
place
though
sells out all the time,
you know,
And
and
the best thing to do would be to get your tickets now at mmwaprowrestling.ticketleap.com.
yeah,
absolutely. You know, I can't wait for this Saturday.
Oh, neither can I. It's going to be a great night. And we got a Jimmy Harris here in the chat saying, that's right, few of us know when it was time and you want to go out strong. It means a lot. We never just leave. It's we will meet at the next bell. And he's also saying that there will be a few Hall of Famers there to support Butcher on Saturday.
oh yeah,
All right.
I think there'll be a lot of people there out there to support the Butcher in his last match. I mean, this is going to be every MMWA show I've heard is jam packed, but this one is
always wonderful time there.
Special. This one's a little bit special to a lot of people because of Butcher being his last match. So
yeah,
this will mean a lot more to a few people. So,
and of course, you know, the wrestling is the best thing at South Broadway Athletic Club. I'd say the second best thing is probably the popcorn that they got there.
Oh, you can ask my producer of Outside the Ring about that popcorn, because that's all Vader. That's all he like to do is eat popcorn, and don't really want to share. He offered me some one time only.
I walk in there, and I smell that popcorn. I'm like, man, I want some popcorn.
Yes, and they got the wrestling merchandise. They got a good concession. Hot dogs, nachos. Pretzel. They got a full bar in there. They got the $2 draft. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. It's a good time no matter what.
Yes, and it's just a great time when you're down in MMWA at the historic South Broadway Athletic Club. And like I say, MMWA has been in that building since 1971.
Oh, that's an incredibly long time. I mean, it's a storied promotion.
Yes, and it's a historic building, so, come on down and enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah, I look at his flyer. It's going to be a heck of a time.
Brutal finale.
Code, get your tickets. But yeah, I just can't wait. Like you said, it's going to be a fun night, but it's also a little bit of a sad night.
Very emotional.
Yes. But you know what? We like to play a little bit of a game around here, Shaft. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Uh-oh.
And well, I'm having a little bit of difficulty here.
Uh-oh.
Well, you knew it was coming, Shaft.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And we like to call our little game Shock Therapy. Now, for anybody new here, the way that Shock Therapy works is we ask our guest a series of 3 questions. If they get 2 out of the 3 questions right, they will win a prize for one of our live viewers. And that prize is a signed poster at the next NGW show. And tonight, Shaft, do you want to know who you'll be playing for?
Who is that?
You will be playing for the one and only Peggy Mender.
Uh-oh.
So you better win that poster for her.
Ooh-wee. Before we start this, you saying shock therapy, it was a rock and roll man. He played the guitar. His name is Ace Frehley, and he had a song called Shock Me. Yes, the late, great Ace Frehley. So, let's do it.
All right. Now, when we come up with these questions, we really like to try to theme the questions to the person as much as we can. And, you're Shaft. So, obviously, we have to ask you questions about other Shafts.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready as I ever gonna be.
All right. Your first question. In engineering, what is the main purpose of a mechanical shaft? Is it A, to store leftover spaghetti? B, to hold up your car's emotional stability? C, to transmit power between components? Or D, to make robots dizzy?
I'm gonna go with C.
You're going to go with C, transmit power between components? And you are correct, sir. It is to transmit power between components. Although I'm pretty sure that Scott probably thought it was where we stored the leftover spaghetti.
No, that's in my sock drawer.
Oh, okay.
That's where I keep my leftover spaghetti.
Why the sock drawer, Scott?
because it's high and the dogs can't get in and eat my spaghetti. So gotta hide it.
But you have one correct and 2 questions to go. Are you ready for the second question, Shaft?
Ready as I ever gonna be.
All right. Second question. In golf, what part of the club is called the shaft? Is it A, the part that whispers encouragement? B, the long stick that you actually swing? C, the invisible friendship zone between grip and head? Or D, the snack compartment?
B.
B, the long part of the stick that you actually swing?
Yeah.
And you are correct. It is the long part of the stick that you actually swing. You a golfer, Shaft?
No.
I personally don't understand the game myself. But you did get 2 out of 3 questions right, so you have won that signed poster for Peggy Mender. Congratulations to Peggy. Congratulations to Shaft. But, we still do have another question for you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. And your third question. What's the name of the long vertical tunnel miners use to go underground? Is it A, the Nope Tube, B, Shaft, C, the Dirt Slide, or D, the Hole of Regret?
Yeah.
Shaft?
Yep.
Yep. And you are correct. Although I would probably call it the Nope Tube because I never want to go inside of a mine.
Me neither.
Scott, your opinion?
I'm good. I'll stay above the earth. I don't want to go
There you
underground
go.
because I'm good.
But congratulations to Shaft. Congratulations to Peggy. Another successful round of shock therapy. We haven't had anybody lose yet.
I mean, that's
Stop
crazy.
me.
We've been going for almost a year now, and
Almost a year.
we've never had nobody lose shock therapy.
Well, I'm glad I didn't.
To somebody losing shock therapy was when PYT forced you to play shock therapy.
Yeah, but those questions were rigged.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, they were.
That's why, because they were rigged. All these other questions, they're not rigged. That was rigged.
And what was one of those questions that was rigged?
Oh, they wanted me to get them to name the greatest faction in wrestling history, and they had some good ones like DX, NWO, but PYT for some reason up there, and they wanted me to answer PYT, and every answer was PYT. So, of course, I did make a bet, and I did say if any member of PYT walked out with gold, I would go on the podcast the next week and declare PYT is the greatest faction in the world. Didn't think it was going to happen because somebody was supposed to be gone and not supposed to even be there, and he showed up unannounced and won the freaking match. And I had to go up there and I had to eat crow and wear a PYT hat and come on the podcast. And yeah, it was not a good week, Shaft. It was not a good week.
And
I'm sorry.
20 minutes to even regain control of the show.
Yeah. Took a while. Yeah, because they hijacked the show. Yeah. So
that's how PYT. That's what they do. They created havoc.
Well, luckily they made a password. Luckily they made their password "shut up, stupid." So luckily I can get in there and get back control of the show.
There you go.
So they're not very bright in some parts.
Absolutely.
Now, Jeff, there is a couple final questions I have here for you.
Okay.
One of them is it's a 2-part question. We'll get the first part out of the way. Out of all the maneuvers that you've performed in your career, what is the funnest one that you've performed?
The running up the in the corner off the turnbuckle, and swinging around and do the bulldog.
Oh, that does sound like fun.
Yes, I just had him in the headlock and I go running, hit that second rope and just turn around and plant them face down and then with the bulldog. And the second one was always the Kurt Angle ankle lock. Something real easy that is painful, twisting that ankle where that you can snap it like a twig.
And the second part of the question is the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Your least favorite maneuver to be on the receiving end of?
Gary Jackson, Texas Cloverleaf.
Why is that?
Because I saw what it can do to Cayman. So I'm glad he never put me in it.
Oh. Yeah, I can understand that. Jimmy Harris saying chops.
Yep.
Is it all right, Jimmy? I have to ask, is that the answer to both questions?
I don't know one
because I
person
can see that
like,
being the answer to both questions, actually.
I
But
don't
you
see
know,
one
I
person
can
that
also
would like chops.
and see. I'm gonna tell you two wrestlers that I did receive chops from, and both of the wrestlers I went from corner to corner to corner to corner, and that was Philly Blunt and Jeremy Lightfoot.
Hey, you probably delivered some pretty good ones.
Yes.
Jimmy Harris
Yep.
said he was spike pile drived by Ron Powers.
Mm.
Oh, that does not sound like a good Saturday. But you know what does sound like a good Saturday this Saturday at MMWA?
Yes. And like I say, doors open at 6. Bell time is at 7. The historic South Broadway Athletic Club, 7th and Shenandoah, St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm just going to say what my producer, General Vader, say. There's just 30 tickets, 30 tickets, 30 tickets, 30 tickets, seats left, but standing room only once those 30 seats have gone.
Now, has it ever, I'm sure it has, this is going to sound like a stupid question, has it ever been so full at MMWA they've had to turn people away?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I hope that's how it is on Saturday.
Yes.
It's
over my 21 years of being down there, it was quite a few times where that we couldn't let no more in the building. Yes.
Here's hoping we get that big of a crowd on Saturday.
Yes. And like I say, it's 2 days away.
South Broadway's a big old marquee out front.
Well, they got a marquee. Is on the side. Is on the 7th Street side. And years ago, when I was working also down there, setting up for the different events that was in South Broadway Athletic Club, I would change the marquee and put the next month wrestling date up, but the marquee haven't been used in quite a few years.
No, that'd be great to see that go back up.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for joining us here tonight, Shaft. It's always a pleasure talking with you. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, sir.
Yes. And could you tell me when is the next NGW show?
Well, the next NGW show, unfortunately, isn't until next year, but that will be on January 17th.
And I will see you then.
And the name hasn't officially been announced yet. I know that there's been some flyers floating around Facebook put out by a certain individual. Those are not the real flyers for the show.
They're not.
Uh-oh.
No,
What?
they're not. They're not, Scott.
I've been sharing them all over the place.
You need to keep an eye on the official NGW Facebook page, and that's where the official announcement for the name and the matches for the next show will come out. Unless we get to do a breaking news on it.
All righty then.
You hear that, management? We like breaking news.
Yes. We don't get to do it very often.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a break here, so I want to use the breaking news some more.
Yes.
All righty.
All right, but we will definitely be seeing you on Saturday, Shaft.
All righty. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You have a good evening, sir.
Both of you do the same.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you.
Shaft.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, man,
Wow.
you know, I wish you could make it out on Saturday, Scott.
I wish I could too. I tried. I really tried, but unfortunately, St. Louis to Mount Vernon is not a quick drive, and unfortunately, I have to be at work at 11 o'clock that night, and can't be there and be at work at the same time. So, fortunately,
Well, you can. Here's what we do: we get a dummy, we dress up like you, and we just like wheel it in, and then you and me, we just go South Broadway Athletic Club.
yeah, it'll work. That'll work. Most of the time, they don't even know I'm there at work anyway. So,
But yeah, most definitely.
Donde's not Donde is a reliable source.
He's
knows.
not a reliable source on this particular matter, there, Scott.
Okay, well, I thought they looked legit. I mean, he told me they were real. I believe them.
They did look rather professional. I will give that.
I just didn't. I was confused on the name. I kept saying, why is there there? Why is the word spelled wrong? But he wouldn't. I don't know. It's Donde. But anyways, yeah.
And why is Doom in quotes?
Well, he said it for dramatic effect. He said quotations give dramatic effect. I said, I don't think they do. But you know what's crazy? That like tonight we haven't had anything crazy going on. Nothing's been going on. No. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. But, we should take the win, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, might as well. I mean.
But everybody make sure you get your tickets now for MMWA Brutal Finale, South Broadway Athletic Club, St. Louis, Missouri. It's going to be the Butcher's last match. You will not want to miss it.
Yes.
And I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight.
Why?
Heath is trying to cause a problem.
We were good. We were good the whole show. I thought it was going to be Dardar, and it wasn't even her.
Nobody tricked us this time, Scott.
I know, which is crazy.
It's awesome.
And Donde been blown. He kept sending me text message, but now I know how to spell his name. So now I can't. Now I know. I was like, I'm not gonna say it. He wants me to say it. He keeps saying, "Say it, say it, say it," and I'm going, "No, I'm not saying it." So we're good.
Yep. All right.
We're not gonna.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. I just want to thank our sponsors, Nick's Home Decor, Bi-State Termite and Pest Control, Needful Things Boutique, the Ringside Buffet out in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and ATS Collectibles out in Smithton. And, I do want to give an extra special plug to Ringside Buffet because they are actually going to be open on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So if you and your family are out and around Mount Vernon, Illinois, make sure to visit Ringside Buffet on Thanksgiving and have a wonderful meal there.
Yes. And they are also doing pre-Thanksgiving already cooked meals that you can pre-buy. So basically, if you want to have a Thanksgiving meal at home, they will have it already cooked for you, and you just come up there, pick it up, and bring it home and serve it to your family. So
Ringside Buffet is just making it easy for everybody.
Exactly. So if you don't want to go up there, if you want to spend your Thanksgiving at home, order the food, take it home, and enjoy it at home. So either way, you're covered.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely plan Me and my family definitely plan to make use of Ringside Buffet for Thanksgiving this year.
It's definitely worth the drive over here.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, it's a little about an hour drive for me, but you're right there in Mount Vernon, Scott.
Yep. I'm at Ringside I go to Ringside quite a bit. It's really good food.
Oh, and Jimmy Harris saying good night, folks. Have a great evening. Oh, I certainly will. But everybody make sure that you share, subscribe, give us a top rope elbow drop on that like button. And Scott, you got anything else for the week?
No.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you this weekend at MMWA, and we'll see you next week right here.